There have been many reports of the palace staff, former staff, and employees in general saying that Meghan is someone who has a temper and is violent. A source claims that Meghan has a wicked temper and is extremely violent. When the source says violent, it means she throws things, screams at the top of her lungs, sometimes cries hysterically, and overall acts like a lunatic. Meghan and Harry's Australia tour was a big mess and heavily documented in Lady C's book about them. Apparently, Meghan threw hot tea at an Australian Government House staff member and then paid $250,000 as hush money. Now, according to Revenge, the couple bombarded their staff with demands for retribution and removal of the criticism. Meghan was allegedly abrasive towards her 4 female staff and even towards the local British diplomats. According to one report, Meghan allegedly threw a cup of tea into the air. Her anger may have been partly fueled by Harry. Every night, he trawled social media searching for snide comments on the internet. Every morning, he and Meghan turned on their phones to surf the internet. The source also cites Meghan's inflated ego and how being the wife of a prince has not only gassed her head up, but we think with different cultural customs, it made it all the worse for her. Along with not understanding the British customs, that is where her treatment of staff comes from. We definitely think that Meghan walks around waiting for people to cater to her and adjust to her customs. A lot of the reports that came out throughout the years were of Meghan being rude to staff and refusing to adjust to the customs of the country she's in. Also, Tom Bauer claims that Meghan Markle wasn't given any help with her wedding dress after being very rude to an army officer who was meant to assist her. Tom said, "A military man told me extraordinary stories about Meghan when she arrived at the wedding at Windsor Castle on that glorious day in 2018. You see her get out of the car unaccompanied, and she has problems with the train of her dress, and the army officer doesn't step forward to help her. And the reason is, the day before in the rehearsal, she'd been very rude to him, so he thought, well, I'm not going to help you today." Tom added, "I didn't get the story from him, but a fellow officer of his who explained what happened. This is hardly the first time the former actress has been thrown under the bus for her bad behavior. In 2021, Meghan was accused of bullying staffers while living at the palace. From there, an investigation was launched, but now the results will never be seen as they are keeping them under wraps. Meghan will have you believe what Meghan will have you believe," a palace insider told about the mom of 2 moving on from the incident. "She wasn't cleared. This is just classic spin. Buckingham Palace never said she was cleared. Buckingham Palace said they would not release the findings of the investigation. These are 2 very different things." At the time, Meghan's team clapped back about the allegations. Quote, "The Duchess is saddened by this latest attack on her character, particularly as someone who has been the target of bullying herself and is deeply committed to supporting those who have experienced pain and trauma. She's determined to continue her work building compassion around the world and will keep striving to set an example for doing what is right and doing what is good. She and Harry are looking forward to putting the incident behind them and are happily moving on with their lives in Montecito."